Okay, question 37. The stock price of one share in a certain company is worth $360 today. A stock and analysts believe that the stock will lose 28% of its value each week for the next 3 weeks. The analysts use the equation V equal to 360 times R to the T to model the value V of the stock after 2 weeks. What value should the analyst use for R? Okay. So this here is, we know we are starting with $360, okay? And the stock loses 28% each week. Okay, so it's not decreasing by the same dollar amount, rather it's decreasing by 28% of the total value each week. Okay, so it's a percent of the total. So the decrease will be different each time, right? So that means this will be an exponential model, okay, not a linear model. And also, if you look at the equation that they give us here, right, we go 360 times r to the t. So t is also in the exponent, right? So that tells us this is an exponential model as well. Okay, so we're trying to figure out what's the r value. Okay, for exponential model, the r value here is going to be either the growth rate or the decay rate. Again, here we're decreasing, right? We're losing 28% each week. So that should be the decay rate. Okay, so we're trying to find the decay rate. And what we had to do is we had to think about, right? So that means we're looking for this number as we go from 1 week to the next. We have to multiply by this number, okay, to find the next week's number. Okay, but then we cannot just do 28%. Okay, so if we just do 28%, that represents a decrease, right? It's how much we loses, but then this model had to represent how much money we have left. Okay, so what we have to do is to find the decay rate, we have to subtract from 1. Okay, so we'll always do 1 minus what the percent decrease is. So it's a 28% decrease. We do 1 minus 28%, or is the same as 1 minus 0.28. As a decimal, 28% is 0.28. Okay, so I had to subtract from 1. So 1 represents the whole thing. So that's the original amount, right? The original total is 1. And then we're losing 28%. So it's like we're doing 100% minus 28%, pretty much. Okay, so I had to calculate after the 28% decrease, how much do we have left? Okay, and that's the number. So we do 1 minus 0.28. We have 0.72. Okay, so it's like 72% remaining. Right. So the R value had to be in a decimal form. So it'll be 0.72. And that should be our answer. So we're going to use that number to plug it into the model here. Okay, so it's a percent decrease, we subtract from 1. It's a percent increase, we'll add it to 1, and that will give us the R value that goes inside.